Mike Moore Media.
Hello and welcome to the premiere broadcast of Southern Flavors. It's our new live listener phone-in program. I'm Mike Moore. I'm in the studio taking your phone calls, without Jarrett Niekamp. Wait, what? Jarrett's missing the first show? Oh, my goodness. Believe me, he'd rather be here. Unfortunately, my friend Jarrett is under the weather. And there's something we can talk about right there. Where did that come from? Under the weather. But at any rate, he's sick just last 24 hours, 36 hours or so. So he couldn't be here in the studio. Hopefully, he'll be feeling better soon and be here next Friday. I certainly hope so, because this is going to be a better program with Jarrett sharing the time with me and taking your phone calls as well. This program will be heard every Friday, live at 11, giving you a voice, our listeners, on our social media platforms, streaming live on our Facebook page, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts. It's airing on about a dozen different places. So if you'd like to be on the first broadcast, here's the number. It's our regular phone number that we use for everything, 336-932-1881, 932-1881. Phone lines are open now, and you can call in to talk about whatever may be on your mind today. I've got a couple of things I want to go over here, but I really would rather hear from you because I do enough talking all through the week as it is. This is your program, so if you'd like to participate, just phone in right now. We are live here at 10 o'clock on Friday mornings. And we don't really have an end time for the program, and Jarrett and I were putting this together. We thought, well, we'll just kind of get started and see where we go. It could be 30 minutes, could be an hour. But we'll kind of let that take its course as the program comes together. Sorry Jarrett couldn't be here today. I really miss him. But hopefully he'll be feeling better and be back on this program next week. Be back. He hasn't been here to start with, so hopefully he'll be with me next Friday. Okay, I've given you the number. If you'd like to phone in, you can do that right now at 932-1881 on our program. Okay, I do have, and here, I've got a message here. Someone says he can't figure out how to listen on Facebook. Well, let me just see here. I'm going to go to our Facebook page and see if I can pull this up. And let's see what we have here. Yes, it should be right here on our Facebook page. So as you listen to... just listen to where it says what the Facebook program is, or if you can't get it there, it should be right there, though. We're live. Okay, now, he says he got it. All right, very good. I was trying to listen on my phone as well. Let me go to my iHeart radio app and see what it looks like there, because I'm doing the program. I can't listen, so let's see what we have here. Let's see. Well, that's not it right there. That's something else. It should be streaming live on iHeartRadio as well. Okay, but Facebook, if you've got us on Facebook, that's fine. That's where you can listen. Okay, so you know where to hear it. And, of course, I'll be this program will be posting later as we do all of our podcasts, so you can listen to it if you don't hear it live. Okay. I do want to mention a couple of things while I'm waiting on your phone calls, because we have several events coming up in the county tomorrow that are really important. I did a story the other day on 2023, the year of the trail in North Carolina. This is a big push on a statewide level. A great website for that is greattrailsnc.com, greattrailsnc.com, because they have things planned all year long, everywhere, all across the state. Eden is one of 11 communities in the state that's been designated to do some really special things for a year of the trail, and they're kicking that off tomorrow with a hike on Matrimony Creek Trail, the Greenway here in Eden. I could probably walk to that trail and then get on the hike. That starts at 10 in the morning. It's at the end of Washington Street out near Eden Drive-In, right beside Hampton Heights Baptist Church. So if you know the area, you know where that is. Matrimony Creek Trail will be having that kickoff for a year of the trail at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's the Dan River Basin Association putting that together. That is a wonderful trail that starts out there off Washington Street and about 2 miles. And at the end, there's a really nice waterfall. And then you probably, with the DARBA involved, I'm sure they'll have some history along the way, and tell you a little bit about that area and the mill that used to be there way back. And they always do such a great deal, such a great job with that, with the Dan River Basin Association. So that's tomorrow, and that starts at 10 for that hike. And then we have an event that, in fact, I led with this on my morning newscast today, because this is really a pretty big deal. And it is the kickoff tomorrow for the city of Reidsville and their sesquicentennial celebration. Sesquicentennial, that's 150 years. And they'll have special events going on all year long. The first tomorrow, dedication of their new clock tower. That's at the corner of Scales and William Streets, across from the 9/11 Memorial there at Fire Station number 1. And that is at 2 o'clock tomorrow. 2 tomorrow for that dedication of the new clock tower. Platinum sponsors on that, Tri-State Steel, one of our new sponsors here in the new year. Glad to welcome them. Cone Health, Reidsville Chamber of Commerce, Home Trust Bank, and Short Sugars. Tours there at the fire station also tomorrow, historical displays and refreshments. And then, as I mentioned, they'll have events all year long, including a Founders Day celebration at Governor Reed House, Roaring Twenties Lawn Party at the Penn House, and a Black History Month program next month about African American influences on city government. Some of the things that the city of Reidsville has planned for their sesquicentennial, 150 years. Congratulations to them. And if you have an event coming up, be sure you let me know about that. You can phone in on this program, as a matter of fact, at 932-1881, and we can talk about it, or we can schedule a special podcast, or you can just email that to me, those events, at rockinghamcountync@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to promote them free on our community calendar. And you'll find that at mikemore.media, the events tab at the top of the page. And you'll find that same calendar at shoprockinghamcounty.com. Lots of people tell me that's the best place to find out about community events in the county. And we're glad to make that available to you free. No charge at all for any events coming up with your school, your church, your civic club, anything like that. And one that I do have on that site, in fact, Lyle Milligan was in our studios earlier this week and talked with a representative of Project Lost Sheep. That's a new nonprofit organization here in Rockingham County, just formed last year, and they're having a program on human trafficking awareness dinner and presentation. That's on the 26th. I'll kind of lay that aside, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. And I'll get this call right now. Hello, you're on Southern Flavors. Can we help you?
Yes, I'd like to order a Southern flavor, please.
Sure. We have a multiple of flavors. What would you like, sir?
Well, let's see. I just heard mention of, I saw an advertisement for oat milk.
Oat milk. Oh, yeah. I don't know about
milk.
that.
So
I
wonder
love.
If you could put oat milk on your oatmeal. That would be horrible.
Ooh, I don't know. That sounds like a good combination, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen anybody milk an oat before.
Well, there's another program right there. Yeah. Hey, Andy. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing very well, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I wish you were here to help me. Jarrett bailed on me at the last minute. So you being my old radio friend, you could handle this quite well, I'm sure, right here in the studio. Had I known more than had I known more in advance than last night or yesterday for sure, then we would have planned to get together. But
yeah, I just need an hour and a half, and I'm there.
Okay, is that all it is? Okay, just an hour and a half. Okay,
about an hour and a half.
Yeah. We need to move closer. That's too far away.
Why don't you do that?
Yeah, okay. I'll get back to you on that. Okay,
I was listening to one of your news bits earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me, and you had the town had a sesquicentennial celebration.
That's right. It's Reidsville. Yeah, Reidsville.
Mm-hmm. That's 150 years.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is something that we have to consider. What is the word for 75?
Oh, my. Do you know? Is this a quiz? Should I know the answer?
No, this is just a question. I don't know. I've never been 75 before. It's going to happen before long.
You think our marriage will make it to 75 years? You and Ann and Annette and I? That's we're coming up on 50 here soon, so I don't know. 75, maybe pushing it.
That's fantastic. But just celebrating being here is 75.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm going to look that up. So let's see. You said 50 years. You can always find these things really fast here.
Well, sesqua would be 50, I guess, because centennial is 100.
Mm-hmm.
So what is 75? Is that? I know that's what the diamond anniversary.
Yeah,
party?
Yeah. Did you say 50
or centennial?
Did you say 50 or 75?
I'm wondering what
75.
the big word is for 75.
75. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Somebody else probably already has it, and I'm still looking. Let's see here. 75.
What's the Greek word for 75?
Okay, let's see. Exact date. This is not telling me anything at all about that.
Greek word for 75.
Mm-hmm. That's a good. It says it's a platinum celebration. Well, we know that then. So, but what do we call it? What do we call it? I don't see it right here.
Agonazomai.
Oh,
agonazomai. I would rather just say 75.
I would too. I think that would be perfectly acceptable at this time. Yeah, the others sounded too Greekish to me or something. I don't know. I've had to practice sesquicentennial.
You did a very good job. It just rolled off the proverbial.
I thought I did a good job of that. Thank you very much.
You did a very good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been practicing.
We were talking about oat milk and oatmeal. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I haven't yet. I normally eat breakfast at 10, but usually 10:30. And then Jarrett and I, when we put the program together, we decided on 10 o'clock. And I'm thinking, well, this is really going to interrupt my breakfast schedule. So, I don't know when I'll eat. Probably as soon as I finish the program. And that takes care of our program this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening. Time for breakfast.
Well, I'm waiting for you to ask me the same question.
Okay, well, I'm wondering, Andy, what did you have for breakfast today?
Pillsbury Quick Cinnamon Rolls.
Oh, my goodness.
Just like we had when we were kids.
We had the orange rolls day before yesterday. The Pillsbury, and they come out hot, and you put that orange icing all over.
Put the goo on it.
Oh, they're so bad for you. And I told Annette, I said, I'm trying to do better. I'm eating only one. And she said, no, you can't let me, I can't eat all these. I said, I'm eating
That's
one.
Not fair.
It's too much sugar here. So I did eat one. That was Wednesday, and then we kind of heated it up or did something yesterday, so I had one yesterday. So I've only had two, but they're hard to resist, aren't they? Those and the cinnamon rolls.
I'll give you a trick though, and this is for real.
Okay.
And this is something that the folks that are listening might enjoy, especially the ones that are sensitive to sugar.
Okay.
If you'll take those cinnamon rolls or the orange rolls and put a very, very light coating on the top, and then flip it over and eat it upside down, your tongue will taste the flavor before it gets into the bun, and you will perceive that intense orange or intense cinnamon flavor without nearly the sugar that would be on it if you just slathered that stuff on the top.
Seriously, is that what you did yesterday?
Seriously.
Today?
No, I just ate it normal today.
Okay, all right. Well,
you can do that. Same way with salted food. If you like salt on your steak, put just a little dollop of salt on the plate, just dab, and then put that salted side on your tongue purposefully. That way you'll taste the salt as, salt, as opposed to salting the whole piece of meat.
So now...
You'll fool yourself into thinking that, gosh, that was salty, or that was cinnamon, or that was orange, without having so much of the sugar or the salt.
Well, now, do you do this, or are you just telling us to do it?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, all right, very good. All right, you didn't do it on the cinnamon roll, but you did it. You do that, yeah. Okay.
No, this morning I went for broke.
Okay, good, yeah.
Yeah, I had a very, very important appointment at 10 o'clock, so I went ahead and knocked up the energy a little bit.
Well, thank you for staying on schedule. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. That kind of reminds me there when you're talking about all of that good stuff. I'm trying to do better, really, this year. I'm trying to cut down on sugar intake. For years, we drank water here at home, and Annette used to make tea, sweet tea, and then I don't know why we got away from that. We've been back on tea now for about a year and a half, 2 years maybe, but she stopped for some reason. There's no earthly reason why. But anyway, she did, and then she started back up. One day she said, I think I'll start making tea again. I said, oh, that's good. But, she put so much sugar in there, and I'm thinking, oh, my goodness, I need to do better with that. Now I gotta go there with the tea thing. But now, see, you've kind of opened up a whole new thing here. So this kind of goes back to our new title, Southern Flavors. See, that worked out well. We got salt, we got sugar, we got a tea already, those kind of
cinnamon,
things.
Orange,
cinnamon,
oats.
Yeah, we're working it. We're working it right here now. And I'm getting hungrier by the minute.
Well, we had, I guess somebody had a sale on, we get the little 5-count tubes instead of the 8. We used to pack away a whole tube of 8 rolls. And now we work hard to get 5 going. I'll take 3 and Ann will take 2. And sometimes I think I get the evil eye because I've got an extra one.
Yeah, maybe you should share that at least.
Those things are, they're not as good warmed over as they are straight out of the oven.
Oh, no.
We kind of have to hold it by the tips of your fingers and, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Hot.
Yeah.
That's when it's good.
You're exactly right. And what's the one in the malls you find? Cinnabon, yeah. And somebody has Cinnabon now. It's either Taco Bell or I don't know, one of the chains has Cinnabon stuff now, and I bet that's pretty good too. If you don't have a Cinnabon close by.
I think I would rather have all the artificial ingredients of the Pillsbury cinnamon roll in the tube than a fresh Cinnabon.
yeah. Okay. All right.
15-letter words taste better, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you can get them 2 for $3 sometimes. That's a good deal.
Oh, that is good. Sounds like. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got some tips on the salt and the sugar thing there, so that might help some people.
Speaking of Southern flavors, here's an Asian Southern flavor tip for you.
Oh, good.
And this is for real, too. We do this as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you like, especially Chinese, but it works equally well with Japanese food. You go out to these places, and the servings are monstrous. And you take them home,
way
and
too
you have
much.
all intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have all intentions of eating them the next day, and you don't. You
never do. We never do
3
it.
days later.
No.
Last year, we bought ourselves one of these vacuum seal machines.
Mm-hmm.
We have the heavy gauge plastic, and you press a button, and
As seen on TV.
As seen on TV. Well, these are as seen at Costco.
Okay.
But we bought one, and we have used that thing like crazy. And one of the best things that we found to use for, when we come home from the Chinese place, we will put our portions in one of those bags, vacuum it up, seal it, and put it in the freezer. 2-3 weeks later, you can take that bag out and put your big spaghetti pot on the stove full of water and drop that bag still sealed up into boiling water for about 15 minutes, and it will thaw and warm your Chinese or Japanese food. You clip the end of it off, dump it in a bowl, and it tastes just about as good as when they put it on your plate at the restaurant.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's good.
And there's no cleanup. You just toss the empty bag in the trash and put your pot back in the cabinet, because the only thing you do was boil water in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very good. All right. We should start.
It keeps the moisture, keeps the garlic and all in there. It works great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll have to try that. Maybe we'll eat our leftovers. Yeah. We usually when we're out with friends, they're big on leftovers. And one couple that we're out with on a regular basis, and sometimes we kind of know we'll never eat all this, so we kind of put that aside, and then they take that with them, and they'll eat it, they'll have it the next day, where we may not. And we even, save pizza, we'll never eat all this pizza, but we never get around to it. I don't know why that is.
We put that same stuff in the shrink bag.
I'm going to do it.
We don't pull a full vacuum, and we've got one of these, what's the, not party platter, is it Pantry Chef or Pampered Chef?
Oh, okay.
We've got a Pampered Chef.
Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got an oven stone, and we'll take the leftover pizza, either frozen or refrigerated, take it out of the bag, put it on that stone, run it up to about 400 for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Tastes just as good.
Okay.
The stuff doesn't dry out in that heavy plastic bag.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to tell you this, since we're talking about take-home. This really happened to me.
Oh, boy.
Tuesday of this week, I was having supper with a friend of mine. And as you know, I'm a Stephen minister, and I was having supper with a Stephen ministry client. And we were at a table having our meal and having our conversation. And the lady across the little aisleway had something that was really pretty. It's an older lady, far older than me. And when she and her husband got ready to leave, I said, "Excuse me, may I ask what you had for supper? It was beautiful." And by that time, she had already put it in a to-go box, what was left over.
And she gave it to you.
She did.
I see where that's going.
She told me what it was, and I said, "No, that's fine." I was just curious what it was. She goes,
"Oh my goodness!
I've had 4 COVID tests, and they're all negative, all 4 of the COVID tests.
Oh, boy.
I was okay. I said, well, thank you very much, but I really don't need it. She put it on the table and left.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When we left it on the table
yeah,
as well.
A good idea. Yeah. But at least you know what it was for next time for order.
I do.
Okay. Good.
And I won't order it because it had avocados in it, and I'm not an avocado.
I think fresh avocados are good. Oh, with the right,
really?
right dip. I mean, the right, chips or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes they put it on our Mexican food, which is it's okay. Yeah, Annette doesn't like it. I like it though; it's pretty good.
It's.
She goes by texture, a lot, so she doesn't like the texture of avocado.
She and I are absolutely the same on that. Neither one of us like odd texture.
Yeah.
I want it to chew or to crunch. I don't want it to mush.
I understand that. Sure. Chew or crunch, no mush. Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, that would be good for some product, to put on the package. Chew or crunch, no mush in this product.
I don't think I will buy that product.
Well, if you like chewing and crunching, it's yours. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I guess the only mush would be like oatmeal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now I want to get
oat milk.
I want to get back to that original thing, and we don't have any callers, so it looks like you're it. You're the main man here today. But if we get a caller, I will cut you off immediately and go to that caller because I want
to
make sure we get to to the other people. But let me give the number again. It's 336-932-1881. My friend Andy Ray. We go back to Wingate days. That would be the late 60s, wouldn't it, when Wingate was just junior college.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Now it's a university, bigger and bigger and bigger. Have you been back to the old school? I haven't asked you that, I don't believe, in a long time.
I think the last time we were down there was right before or during the same period of days when Ann's dad passed away.
Mm-hmm.
We drove through there, and I only recognized a few places. The cafeteria is still located where you feel like it should be.
Yep.
The fountain is gone, that we used to terrorize. The gym, as you kind of came in that front entrance and went around the fountain, not the gym, the auditorium where we used to have to go to chapel every Wednesday.
Yeah, I remember that well. Yeah, I got a visual
that
now.
Building is, that building is still there.
Okay.
But the rest of it, I just don't recognize. Everything's new.
It's
a lot
really
of stuff that you and I remember has been just bulldozed and rebuilt.
I guess Alumni Hall is gone. It was going when I was in it.
Yeah, it was already gone when we were there.
Yeah.
That was in Stewart. And what were the 2 dorms way in the back? They almost looked like little hotels.
What was? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Chapel Hill. Was Avery one? Was that one, or was that at Wingate? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I remember the 2 way in the back.
The far back.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah,
I was in the front one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I stayed for a semester out that road that went by the cafeteria of Miss McIntyre's house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I stayed out there one semester, and then was in the 2 old dorms that were right together across from the swimming pool. One was Stewart, and I can't remember the other one. I was in Stewart first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Stewart. Yep. Some good memories. I love that. I had 3. Let's see. 2 high school friends, good friends in high school. A boy and a girl, and then me, and all 3 of us went to Wingate after we graduated from high school, and so that was good to, have them there, and so yeah, I've got some good memories of that school. But yeah, you're right, it has grown like crazy. You get the little book now, don't you? What's that, come out every quarterly?
Yeah.
And you look through that and see all the new people, and think about all the old people and some of those teachers that were there, and look at all the new buildings. It's Wingate University is it's a big thing now for sure.
Speaking of teachers, did you ever have Dr. Vick?
Oh, yeah, for meteorology. Yeah.
Yes, meteorology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Found a really neat, you may have seen it, this past magazine that came out about the Vinegar Bible.
You know, I didn't look at it as closely as I normally do. Mm-mm.
Fascinating. He and his wife own, I guess the boys certainly have it now, one of the very few what is called the Vinegar Bibles in existence in the whole world. What happened was in 1717, one of the Bible producers made an error in a chapter, the parable of the vinegar in Luke, and substituted the parable of the vineyard with the parable of the vinegar. And it was printed and distributed, and it was of course recalled, but there's still just a very few copies today, just a handful. And the Vicks have one of those Vinegar Bibles, is what they're called.
My goodness, I never heard of that.
And he is the only person that I've ever known that would be subject to have something like that.
Mm-hmm. How about that? Yeah, well, that's a little history lesson for us there. And that was what,
1717.
1717. Okay, sounds like a good year. All right, good year for vinegar.
For vinegar. Yeah. I would love to know how much it would cost to buy a for real Vinegar Bible.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's probably expensive.
Parable of the Vineyard was translated as Parable of the Vinegar from Luke, and they have a copy of. Well, they have one of them. It's not a copy. It's one of the regular Bibles. It's crazy.
I'll have to go back and read that article. I know where it is. I kind of lay that aside sometimes, as I do other things. And Annette finally says, "Will you read some of this stuff or just throw it out?"
Read it or toss it.
Yeah. I get way behind on my reading material. Yeah, she's the reader in the family.
I think it was 17 Bibles, only 17 copies in the world that are known to exist.
Well, that has got to be worth something big, don't you think?
Did you ever learn the Weatherman song?
I was going there next. The MIT Weatherman song. Yeah. Now you've given me another memory, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, he used to sing that in class, Mr. Vick. Yes. In fact, I'm looking in my studio. You've been here. You know where my bookcase is.
Yep.
And in that bookcase, if I had a moment, I'd jump up and run over there and pull it out now. I have my meteorology textbook from his class.
Really?
And I have the MIT weather song written in red. I always wrote in red ink back then for some weird reason. And before I fell in love with the color orange, apparently. And I have that written.
When you found cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. When orange became my overall color for everything. But it's written in that book. So I'll have to pull that out, and I'll give you a call later and we'll sing that together. We won't do it now. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be glad to sing anything but the Weatherman song because I have long forgot the Weatherman song.
Oh, I kind of remember some of that. Yeah, he was a character. Yeah.
A lot of people made fun of him, but I thoroughly enjoyed him. He was smart. He was a humble man, but he was really smart. I just liked him.
Oh, I did too. It was a great class, and I remember I had to go to summer school there at Wingate because for solid trigonometry, and I have trouble with my multiplication tables, but so solid trigonometry really threw me for a curve. So I hated to have to go to summer school for that. But I can't remember the teacher's name, but I remember him. Remember how he looked, and in that summer school class, and I passed it, somehow miraculously. But don't ask me anything that has to do with numbers.
Trigonometry or solid geometry?
I think it was trigonometry, I believe. See, I've forgotten it. Well, maybe it was solid trigonometry. It was maybe, I don't know.
I had 2 years of trig and plain and solid geometry, but I never had a solid trig.
Okay, maybe it was, maybe I'm trying to block that from my mind. Well, so much for our trip down memory lane. I'm going to sell you sponsorship on this program. This is your program. Andy Ray, this is your life.
Will you take my check?
I'm sorry, your check's not good here. But
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll just play cash.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah. But I'll move along here, and I sure am glad you called, though. Gosh, it's good to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. This was fun. This was much fun.
Yeah. Thank you for calling and doing the program.
And good luck with your show.
Thank you.
And giving that a hug. And
same for
we are
Ann.
long overdue for a meal.
Yeah, we got to do that. Yeah, we've covered a lot of food things here, from oat milk to vinegar. Yeah, so thank you for that Southern flavors touch to the program. I appreciate it.
Bon appetit.
Yes, indeed. Tune in again next week for our next food segment with Andy Ray. Thanks, Andy.
There you go.
All right, bye. All right, thank you for letting us take that trip down memory lane. That was a long time there, but that was fun. For us, anyway, maybe not for you. But now the phone lines are open at 336-932-1881. It's a program for you, our listeners, not just for my old college friends, okay? 932-1881. We're live this morning. The program live at 10 every Friday. My co-host, Jarrett Nykamp, unable to be here today, and I'm looking up now. I wanted to find out when I said at the beginning, he's under the weather. So I'm, hang on just a minute. I'm doing a quick Google search here because I am kind of curious where that phrase came from. Okay, here we go. Why do people say under the weather? Oh, here we go. On the high seas, when the wind would start to blow hard and the water became rough, crewmen and travelers would go below deck and down to their cabins, and this is in bold print here, in order to ride out the storm and avoid becoming seasick. I don't know why that's in bold letters there, but in this way they literally retreat to a location, quote, under the weather. Under the weather. Well, that's where that phrase comes from. Okay, now we know. Okay, I want to get back before we finish up. We'd like to get some phone calls at 932-1881 if you'd like to be a part of the program. Be good to have Jarrett with me hopefully next Friday because this will be a better program with Jarrett here. I can tell you that. And which reminds me, I will get on a plug for Chef Jarrett Nykamp. He's at the Blissful Ridge Art and Wedding Venue, home of the Blissful Palette Catering. That's in Wentworth. We and many of us across Rockingham County enjoy the delicious meals that Jarrett and Heidi and his team prepare there for us. And a lot of catering. I did talk to him earlier this morning, and he's got a big breakfast catering in the morning. And he posted something the other day about the thousands of people, thousands of meals that he served last year. It's just phenomenal to know that the Blissful Ridge, the wedding venue there and the catering that he does touches so many people, and he does such a beautiful job of that. We all enjoyed the Christmas event last month, the Taste of Christmas Around the World, and I have eaten foods there that Jarrett prepares that I have never eaten before. And, you know, you got to be polite. You got to try this stuff, you know, like escargot. And when Jarrett gets here, we'll kind of go over some of those things that he has shared with us. And it's all so good and prepared. Just a great presentation and everything that goes with the good food. But we'll be talking more about that. And that kind of goes back to our Southern Flavors title as well. So please check out Jarrett's Facebook page, his website, and all of that. And I have here a note, the next supper club, and we enjoy those every month. That is January 22nd. So you can find out more about that from Jarrett's social media pages as well. I do want to mention one more thing before we finish up. If you'd like to be on the program, 336-932-1881 is the number. Be nice to have at least another caller. But I did want to get back to Project Lost Sheep. January is Human Trafficking Prevention Month. And this group, Project Lost Sheep, here in Rockingham County, their little motto here is live for the light, devour the darkness. This is a serious problem, human trafficking, and they're having a free dinner and presentation, special guest speakers, catered meal provided free, short sugars during that meal, and that's going to be at Lawsonville Road Baptist Church on US 158 in Reidsville, and that is January 26th. Let's see, is that that's a Thursday, January 26th, 5:30 till 8:30. Fundraiser is free, but you do need to RSVP by January 16th. And here's that number. Text RSVP to 336-649-3020, 649-3020, or email projectlostsheepnc@gmail.com. I was about to say earlier before Andy called, maybe Randy will call too, that Lyle Milligan was here in our studios Monday, and he talked with a representative of Project Lost Sheep about human trafficking and that crime, and this group and what they're doing to help fight that. But if you're interested in that and want to know more, then you may want to go to that meeting on Thursday, January 26th. But you'll find that information as well at projectlostsheep.org, projectlostsheep.org. Okay, let's see. Anything else I wanted to mention here? I had a couple of notes in front of me, but I think I've just about eaten up enough time here. We're at about 40-some minutes into the program. Let me again remind you that this will be live for you to phone in to talk about anything you want to talk about at 10 every Friday morning. So make a note of that and be a part of the program when you can, maybe next week. And hopefully Chef Jarrett Nykamp will be back here in the studio next week as well. And we'll get Jarrett's input on a lot of things that he wants to share with you. Sorry he couldn't be here today. He really hated to miss the program. But when I talked to him earlier this morning, he's really not feeling well at all. And I'm glad he's not here in the studio right across the microphone for me. So, Jarrett, feel better, heal, get better soon. Well, that's our program for today. We'll shut things down here, and I'll thank you for listening and hope you have a great weekend. Happy New Year, everyone. And I did have a couple of messages here this morning, right as I was going on the air, about listening to Mike Moore Media and the programming and how much they appreciate that. And I certainly appreciate you listening, and not only our listeners that are so loyal, but our many wonderful advertisers too. I'm glad to welcome, starting in the new year, among our many advertisers, Tri-State Steel in Reidsville. I took a tour, was there a couple of hours, a little over 2 hours, one day last week of their facility in Reidsville with Steve Scott. And we're getting ready to announce something big news coming next week. And Steve and I will be doing a podcast on that. So as you get an opportunity, check the Facebook page for Tri-State Steel Products in Reidsville, and then we'll have that podcast next week. They're expanding. I'll say that. They're expanding, and this is going to be good news for the project they're working on. But we'll be telling you more about that next week. Good things happening all over Rockingham County. And if you are a business owner and you have some things going on with your business, you're certainly welcome to phone in and share the good news about things as well here with us on our Southern Flavors podcast, live at 10 every Friday morning. Hope you can join us again next week. And Jarrett, hey, get better. Get well soon.